Good day and warm welcome to this meditation experience. Wonderful that you can join. Wonderful that you're taking this time to really care for yourself from the inside out. And today, exploring this idea of going from crazy to calm, which might seem like extreme terms to use, but I think it really describes the need of the time. There was one day last week that just was fascinating to me. I live in the part of the world where the weather is at the best of times extremely unpredictable. But at the worst of times, it's absolutely, I don't know what other word to use than crazy. And that was the case this particular evening. We've been sort of dancing a little bit with tornadoes in this part of the world. So on this particular day, I'm actually at work, which is a fitness facility, and suddenly this storm erupts outside, which isn't really a big deal. It's normal here. But the force of the rain, it was almost as if it must be a tornado. It was raining outside, it was raining inside because the roof couldn't really take it. So it was just so much force. And when we came out, there was, of course, so much damage to the nature, and actual trees were uprooted, which usually doesn't happen with just rain. So it was really crazy. And I remember the whole time feeling it was very symbolically powerful, that things can be erupting unpredictably and quite forcefully around us. And it's really a call more and more to become that eye of the storm, to become very calm. That is perhaps the most productive response to kind of crazy upheaval, whether it's outside or more often inside. Upheaval of different reactions inside, to find that calm core as a consistent response. So I'm not drawn into the whirlwind of craziness. So let's find that calm core. Sitting comfortably, and certainly can look at experimenting with the eyes naturally open, not strained, because that will certainly be more powerful when this is needed. And in just one thought, with 1 second, I turn my attention from the outer world, where it usually may be, to my inner world. I start to turn inwards to see and feel what's going on inside. The habit of looking outwards is quite deep, so I'll have to be patient but clear that at this time I want to focus inwards, and eventually feeling I'm able to become aware of my inner world, what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling. Every thought creates a feeling. And my inner world might seem a little chaotic or cluttered. Lots of thoughts and feelings that aren't necessarily coherent, jumping from one thought to another, a network of activity. And that can be fairly common. I allow my inner world to function often completely without any supervision. So when I check in, I become more aware of what's happening inside. And that there may not just be craziness outside, but a little bit of craziness inside. Thinking that doesn't always make sense. But my greatest realization is that it is my own thoughts that might be disturbing myself. Nothing really outside. Things always are happening. But it's how I think about them that's creating those feelings. And how wonderful it would be to think about anything going on through a very cool and calm lens. So I can maintain coolness and calmness in my inner world. Remain in a state of inner comfort. For that, I will have to look within. There is a capacity inside every human soul to remain very cool and calm. It is, in fact, my true nature. I feel most real when I am cool and calm. So I start to dig a little deeper into my inner world, as if moving through layers of the ground. Top layers are thoughts about roles and responsibilities, about timelines and activity. And that can be the most crazy making layer of my inner world. Very reactive, very sensitive to the outer world. But if I drill a little deeper, I start to encounter more depth of the self, moving through different emotions and even memories, all those layers, until I hit a very deep layer of the self, the one closest to the real me. And it is free of all of those usual worldly thoughts, free of that reactivity and hypersensitivity, free even of what seems like past memories. It's a very, very sacred experience of myself, very deep and almost mature, very stable, and very calm. It is not uncaring, just very calm. A calm mind, a calm heart is actually more capable of caring. At the very essence or core of myself, at this deepest level, one might say spiritual level, the loudest experience of myself is peace, serenity, calm, as if my entire personality concentrates into a single point of peace. The very thing I've been looking for outside, I actually am at the core. I am a being of peace at the deepest level, when I'm free of all the crazy melodrama. I have this capacity for calm. I take time to completely immerse myself in this experience, becoming like a sponge, soaking up that experience of my own calm nature, letting it fill the space of my mind, making my mind very open, very broad, and without a trace of violence. Very cool, slow, peaceful. No jagged edges in my mind, no irritations or anxieties or impatience in my mind. Very cool and light. And absorbing more and more of that calm feeling inside. Seeing how it changes my own heart in a very natural, easy way. My heart completely changes. It too no longer has any jagged edges or blockages. And rather than shrinking, it expands. Feels generous and overflowing with feelings of peace towards the self, others, and nature. soaking up deeply, immersed in that inner state of calm, completely transforming the mind and heart, so that I am now completely certain whatever happens during the day, I won't lose this calm. Responding in a calm, cool way, which will only deepen, increase this capacity for calm. Om Shanti.